What's up, girls? I'm back with another video to help you make better decisions in your relationships. And today I wanted to talk to you about the 4 ways you can get your crush to approach you. Now, all 4 of these techniques that I'm going to share with you are going to be very simple, but they're things that I see very few women actually applying. I think oftentimes when we see a male that we're attracted to, we tend to go inside and become more timid instead of relaxing and focusing on how we can attract the male in order to get him to approach us. And many men are already very timid and very careful, or some just scared to approach a woman anyways. So it's very important that the woman makes it as easy and as welcoming as possible for the approach. This video is really for all women, but the exception to this video would be possibly be the masculine female, because a lot of the time, or oftentimes, you're going to have the masculine woman is going to be the one approaching the more feminine style man. So for her, if she so chooses, she doesn't really have to flag. She can just be more direct and masculine and just approach the man that she's interested in. And there's nothing wrong with that for her. But if she's trying to attract a masculine man as well, then she may want to take heed to these subtle cues and allow him to approach her instead. In my opinion, for men, it's a lot easier in this situation. Instead of trying to throw up passive cues, you can just be very direct and just walk straight up to the woman you're interested in and try to get to know her, ask her out. But for a more feminine style of woman, it can get a little bit more difficult when you don't want to be as direct. But instead of waiting for a man to just out and choose you, you can choose him by your subtle cues and body language. And if when you drop these subtle cues and you use your body language, he picks up on it and he feels the same, he may just approach you. So number 1 is to smile. Your smile is the most attractive thing about you, and men are going to be 10 times more likely to approach you if you're smiling than if you have a straight face. Your smile says that you are open to talking to people and that you're going to be a very nice and pleasant person. And your smile also lets him know that if he gets the wrong idea, he approaches you and you are not interested in him, at least you're going to reject him in a respectful manner. Also, when you have a smile on your face, it gives him one less psychological excuse to not approach you. When he's judging whether he should approach the situation or not, when you're smiling, it gives him that subtle cue of, okay, well, she looks nice and she looks inviting, so I'm gonna go talk to her. Instead of, oh, man, she's frowning. I'm not even sure she's open to talking to someone or if she even wants to have a conversation with me. I don't know if I should do this or not. And many men are not going to approach you either way, smiling or not. But smiling definitely leaves more of an opening than a frown. And I'm sure in the past, you've actually smiled harmlessly at a man who you were not interested in. And then he felt more comfortable to come and talk to you. Well, it works the same way with a man you are interested in. He is more likely to take that same action as well. Number 2, meet eyes with a man. And like we always hear, eyes are the window to the soul. So fixing a gaze upon him, not staring, but glancing at him, can let him know that you are aware of his presence and that you may have some interest in him. Especially when his eyes are fixed on you as well. And you guys meeting eyes can signal to him that maybe there's an attraction there and maybe he should take more action. And it's also in the way you're looking at a man. If you're meeting eyes and it's a soft gaze, it may signal that there is a more sensual attraction there. However, if you're looking at a man and then cutting your eyes away quickly, it may signal that you're nervous and he may not approach you because he doesn't want to make you feel more uncomfortable. When 2 people meet eyes and they have an attraction for each other, it can be a very powerful moment. And it's a moment you want to take advantage of when you're trying to get a man to approach you. But be careful, or you may find yourself engaged in too many conversations that you're not even wanting to have. Meeting eyes and smiling is going to be a very good start to get a man to approach you. But if you want something a little more aggressive, you're going to want to use, in conjunction with that, number 3, which is close the distance between you two. And how this works is no matter where you're at, there's always a way, or there is usually a way for you to get closer to him. If you're in the gym, You can do your workout right next to him and get closer into his space. Or you could just say invade his space. Obviously, you don't want to be all up on him, but be closer to him. Make it known that you're trying to get in his space to make it more comfortable and make yourself more accessible to him. If you're in the grocery store, well, man, you didn't even know that you were going to need chocolate syrup today. But since he's in that same aisle, maybe you should go take a look and see what kind of chocolate syrups they have. If you're out and about getting something done and you see a man you're interested in, taking the seat next to him is going to close that distance, especially when you've already had previous history with him of already smiling at him and meeting eyes with him. Moving closer to him is going to be that cherry on top that really just lets him know that this is your chance and I'm open to having this conversation with you. Because once you've already smiled at him, met eyes with him, and then you've actually closed the distance and gotten closer to him, I mean, what more can you do to say, hey man, talk to me? And see, at that point, you'll really know what kind of man you're dealing with. You're knowing if you're going to be dealing with a more timid man or a more aggressive man, or at least a man who's going to take action when the cues are there. Because many men, no matter what you do, they're not going to do it. They're not going to pull the trigger and they're not going to talk to you. And then you can decide, hey, I don't even want that kind of man anyways, or I'll just talk to him and take the more aggressive role. However, that does come with some downsides as well. Because the same man that's too afraid to approach you when you've left all those cues is the same man that's going to be a lot of different ways inside of a relationship. He's going to have certain personality traits that you may or may not be interested in. But closing the gap between you two really creates the opening for a man who is interested in you to capitalize on it and really start a conversation. Number 4, wear something flattering. And that doesn't necessarily mean revealing, but something flattering, something that looks good on your body type, and your shape. That could be a skirt and showing some skin. That's definitely going to get the eye of a guy. But it could be something that is just well fitting for your frame and makes you look good. It's no secret that guys are attracted to pretty girls who take care of themselves and who look neat and put together. So when you're trying to get a guy to approach you, that's the presentation that you're going to want to present. You're going to be very eye-catching if you're more well-dressed than everyone else around. And you don't want to dress inappropriately or overdress for what you're going to be doing or where you're going. But you do want to be the nicest dressed person in the room. You want to look just a little bit better than everyone else around you so that it draws attention to you. So that now when you're looking good and the guy that you are interested in looks at you and you look at him and you smile and you're moving into his vicinity, it creates the perfect situation and the highest probability that if this guy's interested in you, he's going to pull the trigger. He's going to approach you. He's going to talk to you. He's going to spark up a conversation and try to get to know more about you. But if you're not wearing something flattering or you kind of blend in with someone else, not saying that a man can't approach you, but it's going to be a lower probability because he may not even notice you. But when you put on something that stands out from everyone else, a little more neat than everyone else, a little more put together than the other people are around, it's going to be inevitable that he notices you out of everyone else there. So that's my video on the 4 things you can do to get your man crush to approach you. See, those things are all pretty simple, right? But highly effective. And most girls are not doing them. Some girls are. And those are the girls that are getting approached by men. Those are the girls that are getting those dates. Those are the girls that are getting asked out. So if you want to be one of those girls, I urge you to apply this to your life immediately and you will get results. And I understand that this would be more difficult for the introvert girl than the extrovert girl, because I would say naturally the extrovert woman is probably already doing these things. But the introvert woman I know has a little bit more of an issue coming out of her shell. But this is what's really going to help you out and get men to approach you. You don't have to go all the way, but you want to make it as comfortable for him to approach you. So if you liked the video, give it a like. And you can subscribe to the channel for more information and content like this in the future. If you like to follow me on a daily basis, you can follow my Instagram, which I will link down below. I really hope you girls enjoyed the video and it helps. And other than that, I'll see y'all in the next one.